Hello, everyone. I know this is like the last session of the day, isn't it? It is the last session, but it's the best session of the day. All right, so we are going to keep this real and raw. The best part about this is nobody knows what's coming to them, right? I can turn this into a game show or a dating show, and you have no idea. You lost already. All right, so we're gonna do this in a fun way. This is rapid fire. So you have less than, let's put it, 90 seconds, a minute max. Wait, 90 seconds is actually more than a minute, isn't it? Right? All right, a minute and a half. You have a minute and a half for very punchy but like mind-stamping responses. You guys good with that? All right, so we are here. We are representing North America. So we have amazing companies with us. None are alike. And if anybody has any other questions and you want to see this awesome tech in motion, come back to the North American Hub. We're very fun. We are huggers, and we kiss a lot, and we hug each other quite a bit. Right, Marin? Right. So just be prepared for that. So I'm going to start with you, Kate. Kate, you're with Ozzo Events. So quickly tell everybody what Ozzo does and how it's going to change events going forward.
Great, thanks, Dahlia. So Ozzo Events is a 3D video chat platform. We needed to figure out how to get people to socialize and network online. Because right now there's not a great way to do that. There are a lot of great companies that have all-in-one solutions from ticketing, registering, connecting people, but they don't have those hallway water cooler talks. And that's what this is all built upon. We're all here to meet each other, to network, to build those relationships. And so that's where Ozzo comes in and offers people an opportunity to do that virtually. So we're changing the event space going forward by being the first company to offer this. We allow people to join conversations with each other virtually in a 3D space. It's really easy. And we're excited for people to learn more about Ozzo.
Perfect. So the words easy does it all for me. I'm going to put some parameters and limits. Nobody's going to use the word COVID. No one will use the word pivot. And no one will use the word hybrid. The H word will not be used. Are we on same page here?
I passed.
Okay. You did pass, actually. So Vinu, how about you?
Hi there. I'm with the Eva Event Tech Hub, and what we do is we're a virtual platform that does also live events, and we're able to do all your speakers, your agendas, your posters, your exhibitors, but what we do differently is the integrations and the data that we can provide. It's just not passing fields and populating fields. We're actually driving in data from your CRM, combining that with the engagement, the behavior, so that as an organizer, you've got deeper insights into what your attendees are doing, what they're liking, what they're going to want in the future, but also to give you great material to give back to your exhibitors, so you're driving that ROI back to them. So it's all in the data, and if you love data, that's what we've got for you.
Anybody here love data? Be honest. Whoa, that was shocking. All right. So, thank you for that. Daniel, you're next.
Hi, so I'm Daniel from ExpoPlatform. So the best way to describe us would be a smart events and community platform that is completely scalable. So we work with events of 10 to 15 people up to 150,000 people. We're a turnkey solution, so we do everything from the registration through to the meeting and the matchmaking, the AI, the on-site app, the lead generation, and what we try to do that's different from our competitors is just making everybody's lives easier. So we have an open API which allows us to integrate with your CRM, your automation platforms. We have a team who's available for you all around the clock, so we work with you during your event. We help you build the platform. We try and make it as easy as possible for you. So removing the friction and making the organizer's life easier.
Again, the word easy and removing the friction. I think that should be the mantra for 2023. Nobody wants difficulty or to try to understand the tech. And as a consulting agency, I always tell our clients, lean hard on your tech partners and make them the strategists and the creative juice that you want to live and be at the table with you. You don't have the brainwidth to try to do it on your own. So like if you're bringing in tech partners, make sure that you're leaning on them hard when it comes to new ideas or new ways to do what you've been doing the same way over and over again. It's not going to work for you in 2023. Rachel,
Dahlia.
is it snowing in London?
I brought snow to London.
Did you?
Yes, it is.
Every day I'm shoveling.
Every day I'm shoveling. Now get this song out of your head. It won't. I'm Rachel Stefan, founder of Snöball. We put butts in seats and eyeballs on screens. Ta-da! I'm done. No, seriously, but we're about getting more
Body
people.
parts. You bring body parts.
I bring body parts, yeah. So we're an event marketing technology, so we help organizers get more people to the event by leveraging the people that are coming to the event, registrants, speakers, exhibitors, to become influencers and promote to their own networks and their own communities and bring them to the event. So everybody in their audience is an influencer, has the chance to bring someone in. And then from the data that we collect there, we can tell who is the most valuable advocate or influencer to advance that work with them to do other things so that they can also create more visibility, amplify the event, amplify the content. And that's before the event, during the event, and after the event for that.
Perfect. Joe, you're next.
Hi, Dahlia.
Hi. You ready? Tell
Ready.
us.
Let's go.
Tell us about augmented reality. Like everybody has
Sure.
their own definition. They've Googled it so many times. They've seen their kids like play with these games and all of this stuff. Why does it matter for event professionals?
Well, first of all, I'm Joel. I'm with SOS Web Augmented Reality, or SOS Web AR. So, as it says in the name of our company, we provide web-based augmented reality. And by definition, augmented reality is literally overlaying digital graphics onto the real world using a number of different methods, whether that be your mobile device or soon-to-come glasses, goggles, that kind of thing. But at SOS, we make augmented reality easy, simple, and affordable from A to Z. So we're a one-stop shop where we do everything from consulting to development to ideation to execution with it. To answer your question in terms of why is it important, it is scientifically backed. And I'm going to throw some statistics out because we love these statistics. We're huge fans of augmented reality, not only because of how cool it is. Obviously, you mentioned gaming. And that's what everybody's recognition of augmented reality is for the most part nowadays is gamification. It's fun, it's cool, there's an entertainment factor. But what we do is we round it out by helping people achieve business objectives with it and actual call to actions. Augmented reality improves memory recall by up to 70% when somebody experiences it. So imagine using that in a live event or marketing, experiential marketing scenario. You want people to remember your brand. You want people to remember the information that you're portraying and giving to them and educating and all that. So I'm going to leave it at that stat, up to 70% ability for somebody to recall information that you give them when augmented reality is involved.
That's higher than any teenager ever.
Huge.
All right, Ricardo, tell us how production or content creation has shifted, especially in the last couple of years, and what you've seen is that secret sauce or that success point for event profs.
Great. So I'm Ricardo Hicks, owner of Tech Factory, an event production company that specializes in live and virtual events.
Did not say the H word. I'm
I
proud
did
of
not.
you.
I listen to the rules. So one of the things I'll say that we've been doing at Tech Factory that's separating us from our other event technologists that produce events, I should say, event producers, is that we've been using 3D animation and specifically animated characters to promote engagement. And I won't say that I'm completely sold on metaverse because it's probably for the next generation, but I feel like we're here to kind of bridge that gap with these animated characters that we're able to have conversations with, to engage the virtual audience as well as the live audience. These are custom characters that we've built for our clients to make transitions for slides, live or virtual. And also pushing the envelope, and the next step for us is to actually use these characters live to talk and engage in person rather than rendering it out and having it pre-canned, so to speak. We're able now to start doing this live, with augmentation and such. So that's what's next for us. That's what we're doing, and that's what we're pushing forward with the animation and graphics.
Nice. Danielle, I'm going to pick on you for a second. When it comes, go ahead. All right. So when it comes to sponsors or exhibitors, what is a missed opportunity that you see some of your clients, like, they get too much into their head or they overthink it, but there's a missed opportunity, or maybe a couple of them, especially missed new revenue streams when it comes to exhibitors?
So it's a great question. So one of the things that we find is sometimes digital or technology can be an afterthought. So that's one thing, is the traditional sales is always focused on the stand sale first and the digital second, and that means that it's not given as much attention and foresight. The second issue is there's sometimes a disconnect between the decision makers for the technology and the team who are delivering the technology, and that conversation can sometimes be missed between the two. So the people who are making the decision about the technology might think that it's a fantastic product with all the bells and whistles, but the team beneath that maybe don't understand the potential that it can offer for their sponsors. So that can sometimes lead to a missed opportunity where they're not making the most of that opportunity with monetization, with tiering, with delivery, and how that can be best shown on the event show floor, and how the digital world links to the real world.
Perfect. Vinu, when it comes to your clients, and sometimes I see this as well, when you're giving them so much rich data, and they swim in it, no pun intended. Do you see what I said? Did that? Okay. But when they're swimming in the data, what do you do to empower their business development team? Because a lot of times the data and the statistics that you have with your integration with Bear, for example, it's like actionable, also revenue opportunities. But the biz dev team is still selling the same old way. So how do you try to shake them and say, this is it, proof for you to do better?
Well, you're right. The data is an ocean of data. Yes. And there's a lot.
And they boil the ocean.
And some data sinks and some may float. But I think it's really critical to look and have an objective before you dive into that data. Instead of just saying, I'm going to look at it all, I'm going to digest it all, I'm going to figure it all out, it's really figure out what your business goals are. What is it that you want out of this data? Thinking about, especially with the exhibitors and the BDR team, of trying to get new exhibitors, and figure out if that's your goal, how do you need to look at that data? And then start looking at that. When you have something, an easy tool like Bear Analytics, you're able to easily then filter out what you're looking for, as opposed to looking at a sea of data.
Yeah. Perfect. Rachel, when it comes to activating your stakeholders to marketing, and being part of your marketing team, because obviously all event profs have a brain width challenge when it comes to their marketing team. They're doing so many things.
Yep.
What is the low-hanging fruit? Who can you activate like super quickly with Snöball, for example, that can sort of like light that fire about an event brand or event content?
It's the usual suspects. It's the audience. Anybody who has come here is also somebody that is, they need to be activated in a simple way. And sometimes it's like you forget to ask. You have to ask. The trigger is at registration. They registered. That's the first prompt. But you can also think at different places also that you can encourage it, even in your email marketing also. You can integrate something from Snöball, for example, an easy way for them to invite someone. Think of someone that could be interested in this event, include it. If you don't add it in the email, they might not think about sharing it. Speakers, they work hard to put this presentation together. They also have, a stake at it. They want to promote it and talk about their session and show their credibility, their knowledge, all that. So make it easy for them to share it. I mean, we speak at events, you and I, and all, and I've seen...
Not at all.
No.
Not enough.
Exactly. So sometimes when I see emails coming to me, like as a speaker to promote the fact that I'm there, and I see a long email, and here's your Facebook text, and here's your Twitter text, and here's an image attachment, and here's this link, and it's like, oh God, I don't. It's too much. You talked about easy. That's what we're trying to do is make it easy for them. It's 1-2 clicks and it's done. It's shared, and that's it. Exhibitors the same thing, and then it depends on the industry. We've seen sometimes exhibitors are the ones that are bringing the most people to come to the events because we can track them and know who's referring who. And that brings it also to another step to how can you also incentivize and gamify this whole thing to give them even more reasons to share and promote the event. And not ask them once also, you have to keep asking them multiple times because we notice from repeat reminders, the bumps go up in the registration, go up, leading up to the events. They register closer to the events. So you always have to keep the top of mind that ask for them to amplify that and get more people in.
But it can't be an afterthought. It has to be a layer over like the whole entire marketing plan. So they can't like just say last minute, let's do this kind of thing.
No, it's not a last minute. For me, working with your audience and your people to help you promote your event is one of the strategies of event marketing. So it's when you prepare your plan for marketing the event, this is one line item that should be part of peer-to-peer influence that they need to also implement it in that. Although we still get some organizers come to us, they got close, they're this close to the event, they don't have the numbers that they expect. It's like, what can you do? I said, okay, well, this is the lowest hanging fruit. Let's do this and see what kind of results you can get out of that.
Perfect. So Kate, when it comes to the water cooler conversations, are you thinking that that this is something that is needed only for events, or is there other scenarios that you can implement the water cooler conversations, especially now that it's missed, like, with a lot of people not back in the office, which is not a bad thing, by the way, just saying. But like, what other scenarios do you see this, bringing people together?
Anytime you have a group of people that want to break down into a smaller group or multiple smaller groups, that's where Ozzo comes in. For instance, we have people who hold office hours, when you have a remote team, but you want to come together, they'll say at a certain day, at a certain time, we can all pop in here and check in with each other. And that way it's not just one group of people stuck within, the Brady Bunch grid. They're able to move around dynamically and say, okay, right now we're going to break into 2s or 3s. And then if someone hears something going on in a conversation close to them, they can very easily leave their own conversation and go to another one. So this can work between, students who are studying together, people who are working. There are really no limits to people who need to get together and then break into smaller groups.
That's fantastic. All right, Ricardo, one thing that you think production or like even live events is missing right now on stage or like in breakout sessions. When you like do shows, what's one thing that you say, I wish this event organizer has thought of blank? That's a game show right now.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I can think of something immediate that comes into mind. How are you using some of the technology? Like example, this is a great use of this LED wall right here.
Yep.
But a conference that I was looking at last week, they did iMag along with this backdrop on the LED wall. It didn't look good. The iMag wasn't 16:9. It was rectangular.
Wrong ratio.
It's just
Colors.
Yeah, so it was the wrong use of the technology. So if you're going to use the technology, you want to have, intentional use of the technology. So this is the right way to use it. Shout out to whoever designed the setup. This is the correct way. And if you want to do iMag, you extend it with additional screens.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
So, Joel, last question for you. 2 ways that event professionals can use augmented reality pre-show to do activations to get someone to do something at the show. Just 2 cool ways.
Pre-show?
Pre-show.
So the great thing about augmented reality is it can be used in person or digitally. So some of the ways we've used it is we've provided an AR experience within an invitation to an event.
Yes.
And within that invitation, the receivers are able to experience AR right out of their screen within that invitation. And second of all, user-generated content. So if you want to build on that user-generated content pre-show, for example, what we did with you, we created a custom racing helmet that was branded with EventTech Live and Dahlia Plus.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It looked really cool.
Right?
in
So
that
you
thing.
can send that out to as many people as you want
Yep.
and encourage them to use that content simply just by scanning a QR code or tapping on a link. Within seconds, they're up and running with AR on their phone. Snapshot, share,
Boom.
user-generated content, boom, you're done.
And trackable.
And trackable.
And shareable.
Shareable. There's analytics being tracked all on the back end that
Beautiful.
we can provide you, and so that you know exactly how your campaign is working.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up game show style. So one very quick tip, whether it's in 1 word or 2 words, that you would want to relay to event professionals that are getting gray hair for 2023. Yes. Yeah. Mine is purple on it for a reason. Or are like losing their sanity. 1 tip for 2023. Rachel, go.
Of course, starts with me. You are not alone.
That's nice. We can turn this into songs if we want.
Oh,
Yeah. Wasn't that Tiffany who sang that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
Daniel, ready?
Yeah, collaborative strategy with your provider.
Nice. Collaborative strategy with your provider. Duh. All right, Vinu.
Don't feel like you have to do it all at once.
Don't feel like you have to do it all at once. You ready, Ricardo?
I had it on the
see
tip
you're
of my
gonna
tongue.
belt in a song or something.
No. I think what it is to make sure it's in reach, from young to old.
Nice.
And make sure the technology is in reach.
Make sure it's in reach. Joel?
I have 2 words: rest and relax.
Rest and relax.
Prior to the stoppage,
Oh, we were so good.
I cut it off though.
Okay.
Prior
all
to the
right.
stoppage, we all talked about how we were working ourselves so hard, and then we recognized during the stoppage that we needed that downtime. And now what are we seeing? We're seeing everybody go back to what they were doing pre-stoppage. Stop, relax, rest. Take advantage of, for example, the North America. I'm sure a lot of us that came over here from North America are considering this a leisure trip because we are combining business and leisure. That's what we're doing on purpose. We're doing this on purpose. So we're going back, completing business objectives, but also having some relaxed time
Wonderful.
on the side.
Awesome. You ready?
Okay, so I believe the original criteria was 1 to 2 words.
Yes. we all failed at that, and I just let it slide until you said it.
So I win by default, right?
Of course you do. Always.
Okay, so my billboard would say, and virtual. And the meaning behind that is obviously we love being in person. We want to be here. We want to give hugs. But virtual is here to stay. So let's do the best we can with both.
I love it. All right. Well, you succeeded at the game show. So you are all my favorite players right now. Thank you so much for this. And if you have a couple of minutes, come to the North American hub, and come see us. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.